Welcome to the finals of the Unoriginal Quickbuilds tournament. The rules are simple. 2 contestants have 1 hour, a 24x24 block arena, and a theme just given to them. If one can beat the other in scale, detail, and originality for a score out of 30, they triumph over the other and win the round, tournament, and Rose Cup. Finally, I mean, I say finally as if we've put in the required effort to call it a finally moment. Basically, as the chips fell, unfortunately, this is how we find the series ending. Do you have any final remarks? Because here you are, sitting atop the mountain, the flag almost in hand.
I'm shook.
It's been a while.
It's been like 2 years, and I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
Hope I don't get something organics related because I'm not the best at that.
I've got very high expectations for you and Honeydew to utilize an hour. I don't know what that looks like. Never done a quick build for that long. Wish you the very best of luck, and I hope the theme is in both of your favors, but let's go find out what it is. What do you guys, if you guys like the exact same theme, you can have it. I'll be kind today. So TheChillCat, Honeydew, do you have any preferences?
I think I'd prefer magical.
Okay, and Honeydew? Well, no vote. No, no opinion.
No, I have an opinion.
Okay. Okay, yeah, what is it?
No, I want to do magical as well.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, this is the first people getting to pick their theme, but you are, of course, the finalists, so I'll give it to you. And if you can just make your way over to the very tip top of the half unfilled pyramid, sadly, you can find yourselves the final slot here where the 1 hour duel will be going down for the winning of the Rose Cup. Look at this beautiful thing. I haven't seen it up close really in a very long time. All right, nice. Whoa, that's a very different vibe to grass. I'm excited to see how this goes. Cool, so you guys have had some time to think. I'm just going to change back into spectator mode. Oh, good lord.
Hello?
Hello. Possibly. Oh my god.
Surprise appearance.
No way. I didn't think it was possible. Ethan?
It's me, baby. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They haven't even started. They haven't even started. I just filled their plots.
As soon as I saw the thing, I was like, I gotta get in here quick. I gotta get in here quick.
That's incredible, Ethan. Yeah. Wow.
I just finished my work. We made good money in real life, and now we're gonna make bank. We're gonna make bank in Minecraft. I'm on my way.
That's incredible. That's
guys,
incredible.
We've got 3 judges, pretty much.
Finally, no, I was just giving up, and it was just gonna be me and Matthew, and like it would have had to been skewed stats.
Yo, YouTube gang, you know Stuart didn't believe in. He ain't believing us. Juice WRLD did.
What are you talking about?
Are we going over the rules for the last time, shit?
Yes. Let me go over the rules one final time. And I swear to the Lord above, if somebody doesn't hear the bedrock rule properly again, I mean the obsidian rule properly again, there will be vast repercussions. You have this 24x24 block arena to build in to your pleasure. You cannot break or replace the obsidian or the torches. However, you can build over them, only above them though. If the block reaches just past the outline of the square you're building in, as in like it hangs over it, we'll come around and shave it. Say you build a tree and it goes too far, don't worry about it, we'll do it. But if you are building something and you notice it's going over and we're breaking it over and over again, that is why. You have 1 hour this time, which is the most any amount of builders have had. I'm going to come in at half time and then again at either the 10 or the 5 minute mark, and then again at 1 minute just to tell you guys have that final minute left. After you guys are finished, the judges will obviously convene. You will be able to give an explanation to your build, which is a big aspect in getting a good creativity mark. So once you're done, or while you're doing it, definitely think about stuff that will excite the brain. Then after you've given your explanations, the judges will convene in the judging hall and we will get your marks back to you as soon as we can. I'm gonna get my beautiful iPhone timer out that I've been using this whole time. Oh Christ. That was actually kind of cool. You guys may begin the final build in 3, 2, 1. You have 1 hour. Good luck. Oh, Honeydew's backtracking. Not a good look. Not a good look for the final build. I hope she can...
Shit, I've got an hour.
Yeah, but look how far TheChillCat already... He always does this. He always... Is he going to build the gates of heaven again? Christ. Anyway, he always fucking does this, and he just gets so far so quickly. Honeydew, by the way, has had the most impressive build in terms of amount of time done and things done, but her problem is creativity. That's her main issue. TheChillCat's biggest fault is he lacks trust in person himself, and he breaks and remakes stuff a lot after the
He's
usual.
using tough block weirdly.
Oh, this looks fucking awesome. I'm really liking this. I'm really glad we got 2 very speedy builders here because they have a remaining 51 minutes over that, actually. And look how much they've already done.
Wow!
Shut up. Damn.
It's quite interesting. Both of them used some good, like, multiple level type shit in their previous builds. Like, TheChillCat has this thing where he built the sea above the abandoned little train station
Uh-huh.
in the dirt, and then Honeydew did the abandoned mine and had some of the deepy darky in there.
I mean, I'm looking at Honeydew's.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if she's just going for a magical tower, which is cool. Not really original, like you said. She fucking sucks at that.
Guys, I'm gonna go into creative mode and that's definitely not what it looked like, Matthew. Stop it. Stop
No,
it.
no, I'm trying to put one on top and then break the. You can't.
You can't, bro.
Can't
You
do it.
can't.
I have an idea.
What I was gonna say is, ChillCats. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what I'm looking
fortress above the come sea.
Thanks.
at. Oh my god! Is that shirt is unoriginal?
Maybe we just have to do it really fast. You know what I mean?
It's not like I just did that.
Do you go from the side?
Yeah.
Ethan, you ruined it. You ruined something good.
You ruined it.
I didn't know you
Maybe you used to be able to do it, and now you can no longer.
did. Yeah, I feel like it's an update thing, which is irritating because it was literally only
Thanks,
ever
liberals.
able.
The liberals did this. The liberals.
I think Honeydew's has currently, as it stands, has more potential in my eyes. Well, maybe not more potential, but I'm liking it more as a base element. TheChillCat is going crazy, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but like,
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
he's got there's more potential this side, I guess.
The
But
first thing I think is the angle is wrong. They think it should be facing towards us. Because
this shit again. Fuck me, dude.
It looks.
Let him cook.
I'm looking at like a
Let him
thing. Yeah, let
cook.
him cook. They've got an hour. Yeah.
And
fair
I
enough.
also think
But-
he wants to show the cliff face like this. Like I feel like that's an important part for this
That's
build.
fair enough. But I'm gonna say,
Like the 360.
Honeydew's build looks like a similar. I've seen this in a YouTube video somewhere. It looks like something called like the Towers of Dharma or whatever. Video plug. Put it on the thumbnail. Put it in the.
No, but that build sucks. So like, I hope she doesn't. Who's this? There's a villager here. Check his tag. What does it say?
He doesn't have a tag.
Damn. I thought it was
think-
one
I
of
think that's
the
only one
peace.
thing to do.
I thought it was the peace be upon him guy. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Well.
Deserved his end.
Okay, guys. I already did this whole include your worst, most horrible bits thing once. I can't do it again.
I think the real winner of this build competition has to be. Honestly, I have to rebuild everything, and it has to look pretty good.
Ethan.
Liberals get on it. Liberals cancel this guy.
Damn, Putty, come look at all these builds that happened before this final. It's insane, man.
Look
What
out
do you want to
at
quickly?
our
You want to
vast
quickly
collection
fill in
everywhere.
all these spaces while they're building, so it looks
Yeah,
like we've
go
done
on.
all.
Go, yeah. Do something in each plot. I'm feeling very lucky right now. These builders are like actually good. Hey, guys. Okay, good. I'm glad nighttime is coming because
Holy shit.
they need to be reminded of their builds working in both daytime and nighttime.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that Elden Ring map.
Ooh, which one?
The towers section in
Somebody
Ray
is a
Lucaria.
Oh,
The
for me it
Ray
reminds
Lucaria
me of that
Academy.
that very first island you spawn in. Like this is the church of whatever that you spawn in, and you come out the back here. God, but these are looking so cool. I'm so proud of them for coming so far, even though they got to skip like. Oh, and my prediction was semi-true because now he's immediately working on the lighting. So that's good. I'm glad the daylight cycle is helping. Inversely, Honeydew actually is being reminded less of the lighting because of nighttime. Maybe because she knows that she's going to put lanterns down later. That's possible. Hello, Honeydew. I'm just hopping in to let you know that we are officially at the halftime mark, so I can get some thoughts on how you're feeling halfway into the game.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I forgot to texture everything, so that's what I need to do.
I think I've accomplished a lot.
These are looking so fucking cool. Wow, these are looking awesome. In my opinion, the biggest difference in ability to win this is going to come down to, does TheChillCat's creative ideas, do they end up making the whole build look better than Honeydew's? Because I know Honeydew is, as we speak, going a much more generic route because of the just the general structure of things, you know, like a magical tower and the structure of it. It's looking beautiful, but it is a much more like common route to go with the like pillar type structure for the magical tower. The TheChillCat is not.
I'll also add to that, more like the palette is also quite generic. But coming like closer inspection, there's some cool diversity in it. I like what she's using the amethyst here. That's
Yeah,
cool.
no, I think so specifically what she said when I hopped in at halftime was that she is concerned about the details. So I think that's what she's going to be approaching now. My only concern with the TheChillCat is, does his hand match his mind? You know what I mean? Like, can he build what he's thinking exactly and make it look as good as you know, let's say someone who's a master in the craft of building a generic looking build to the best of their ability, which so far is what I believe Honeydew's been able to show us, is that she's very, very good at building something when she has a solid image in her head. And usually those images are sort of things that we've kind of seen before, maybe heard about before, just like have a general like cultural understanding of. Whereas this, I've never seen anything like this aside from maybe some like Elden Ring buildings vaguely in the back of my head. It's just a matter of execution.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. What was the last build that TheChillCat did?
That was the underwater train station on the first intermediates platform.
And is that the only build he's done, or is there another one?
No, right behind it, actually. Not right behind it, but behind it and to the right, the building with the gates in the sky. He's got a particular style. I really do like that.
Yeah,
like
but that's what I'm looking at. I was like, before originality, and he's done the same thing he did in the first round he ever did.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't think it's the same thing. I think it's definitely the same sort of style in terms of the underneath the like ground palette. But if you look at the intermediates build he did as well, he did the same ground palette, but he just put the water above the build instead. So I do believe that that's the style. And if you're talking about just having something in the sky,
I'm not talking about the water one. I'm talking about the first one. I think the ground he's put now is supposed to signify that it's in the air. And all I'm saying is, for the finals, where you're supposed to bring something new and original, he's kind of cool that he's paying homage to like one of the first builds, which has the exact same floor, but also that's looking for different.
I suppose I think I disagree. I think the floor here looks completely different. It's not the same blocks. The only blocks in common are the lighting blocks. I forgot what they're called.
It's not the same arrangement. Yes, I will agree on that. Obviously, I think the same style and the meaning. It is. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's his way of showing something is not on the ground floor, and I think that he's definitely shown he's not a one-trick pony. He can build something underwater. That's just his style of showing something being not on the ground.
Yeah,
and I think that's totally fine.
I'm not
I think
saying
the rest of the build looks completely
different
to. Yeah, but I mean, you're saying he needs to bring something like new to the build. I think he is. I think everything is, aside from his clouds,
I'm not
which are
saying
just showing
he needs
it's
to
above the
bring
ground.
something new. I said he needs to not use the same thing he's used before.
I guess
on an aspect of the build, not like the entire build.
I would argue the first build actually did a better job of relaying clouds, so maybe he'll have
No, the first build was great. There's nothing wrong with the builds at all.
Maybe he'll have a different explanation than we're thinking. Maybe it actually won't be that. Maybe it'll be like a sea of nitric acid or something. Who knows? This is looking amazing. It's great to see a showcase of a build where actually just they're going at the same pace. They have similar qualities of detail, similar confidence in like building ideas. Like I'm just so grateful that the people I did correctly pick out who deserves to be in the finals, because nobody else out of the entire build competition, even those people who had promise in the openers, I think none of them would have done as well on this scale. Like I don't think they didn't show that they could build a lot in that time, I guess.
These are looking real good. Yeah.
And I'm looking at your guys' builds through the holes here. What's the theme you chose for your fake build here? Egg incubator. Oh, okay. It's quite the theme. I'm really liking this. Whoa, Honeydew's adding some. Oh, I think she's doing some, like maybe making it a lava pool inside. Oh man, I mean, what the fuck is happening over here with TheChillCat's build? I mean, it's just going absolutely crazy.
I hope he gets rid of the fucking like big ass hole.
Big ass hole?
The empty canyon over here. This.
Big cauldron. Big cauldron, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's like a big witching pot.
Ooh, I do like the purple particles coming off of it. That's cool. I like that. Oh wow, guys, it will be on the sunrise of the next Minecraft day that this entire quick build competition is finally finished. The night time is going to be 12 minutes, and we have just entered into the 13. The TheChillCat kept ever building upwards, but Honeydew seemed to have slowed down on the building upwards part in order to focus on the detail. I do worry about her roof. I hope she can get to it in time, and I hope hope the TheChillCat can put some, I don't know, some like sort of substance into the build, because currently the whole thing's empty and disconnected, which is fine because obviously he's working on the outside and the detail of it, which looks great. But yeah, he could definitely use for some more like, what the fuck is this building actually here for type of vibe. I do wonder if it's an accident that this is connected to the sky. This stone pillar is like literally impaling the clouds. Maybe it is a sea of nitric acid, like I guessed.
Suspect it is.
Yes, because then at least that would make sense. Dude, this building is so tall. I believe this is the highest anyone has built.
I know, I thought that as well, and it kind of
crazy.
very poetic.
And it fully deserves it as well. Like, it isn't one of those bullshit ones. Like, the closest somebody got to the highest build was the nether tree that just like shot upwards. Honeydew has just laid the foundation up here for what she's going to do on top. She does have another 10 minutes, which, by the way, I need to hop in and tell her. If you have any quick thoughts, don't want to detract from your build too much, you're welcome to say. Nope, okay, all good.
Good.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, great.
We've still got quite a bit to do, but I'll be quick about it.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Oh, you guys are still going. Good job.
You're busy concentrating here.
Let's see what sort of substance TheChillCat is in fact adding. Oh, he is adding something. I don't know what the fucking hell is going on in here. What? This is cool. This is hella dope. This is what I like to see. Stuff that that my human brain cannot comprehend, and he'll have to explain to us to get a deep understanding. Ethan, please stop breathing into your mic. And he's putting similar pieces of it, I guess, down below. It seems more like a storage for this stuff. Like, this is something that's growing and they're like harvesting it. Who knows? Honeydew finished off the witch's pot over here. Added some animals and stuff. She is lacking some lighting, I think, on the second floor. That would be nice, but I understand she needs to finish the exoskeleton, which she's accomplishing now. I do worry that it might be a sort of disappointing top to the very impressive base, but now that I'm looking at it longer, I do actually, I don't mind that it has this style, because it's in line with the width of some of the parts of the base. She can definitely make it work. Let's see what she can do. I do think both of them have worryingly big pieces to finish in the surrounding areas. I think just a little bit of like just landscape detail would do very well with Honeydew, and covering this back wall would do very well with the TheChillCat, and maybe some detail on the ground, but luckily he hasn't put too much ground in his actual build, so he doesn't need to worry about that. But he's doing it anyway. Wow, okay, great. Well, I hope while he's getting up to this, in the same vein, he chooses to cover up the back wall. Oh, here we are, everybody. The sun is rising. The sun is beginning to rise on the final day in the Quickbuilds world. With builders, anyway. Because God knows judging is gonna take a fucking hot minute. Oh, he's just, oh, nice. I really, the vegetation's instantly, shut the fuck up! The vegetation's really adding a lot. Like, it's just, yeah, it's like looking like really, really fantastic, like beautiful. Oh, shit. Oh, that is dangerous. Honeydew just got rid of a huge piece of her build at the last stretch. Okay, now I can fuck with this.
Are we seeing this as an ego move by TheChillCat building?
What? What? This is such a bold move to try and do a tree.
I mean, when are they going to start casting the spells is my question.
The spell casting is, can they hypnotize us to like give them better scores? I'm loving the difference in color palette of the builds themselves as well. Oh damn, this is looking cool. It feels like distinctly two different builds, not just because of the style, but because of the color. Despite the fact that they chose both to, in some vein, do a magical castle of some sort. Like, it's cool that they are just very distinct.
What's the time, sure?
They've got 2 minutes left, which impresses me, the amount they've done. I think this is just a great showcase that, given more time, all of the builders and the openers probably could have had like a lot more room to shine, and we should attempt to judge the openers with a better set of eyes now, having let them have only 30 minutes. If you look at what the difference looks like with 45 minutes, for example, Honeydew's change from 30 to 45 minutes is crazy. But I mean, up to an hour, I mean, this is just beautiful. What do you mean, Ethan?
What?
What do you mean doing this again?
No shit. Season 2, baby!
Oh boy, here we go again for the last time. Yeah. You know what? Maybe there will be a season 2 when I hire an editor to do every single episode, because yeah, there's too many. Okay, Honeydew's taking a very weird last 18 seconds. Oh, okay. Oh god. Oh good. Adding some last detail. What's TheChillCat up to? Is he on second floor? Is he on the roof? Is he below? Is he covering that back wall? Oh, he's making more crystals. Interesting. Okay, more lore. And time is up. I'm gonna have
Go
to
in there.
stop
Will you move
this.
us around as well?
Yes, I'm just going to take away their privileges first.
Well, you shouldn't be laughing about that.
Sorry, I don't know why. All right, everybody, that is time. And there isn't a cinematic shot happening right now because my fucking controller keeps breaking. However, as per the usual, you two very talented builders have the honor of explaining to us what it is that drove you to build the build, or the story behind the build, or the story within the lore of the build itself. Anything that you think would give us an insight to your creativity. Let's start over here on Honeydew's side.
This is a old wizard's tower. So there was a wizard that used to live here, and he tragically died, but like unknown causes. If you go like inside, right, there's
Yeah.
a massive cauldron,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he was trying to like brew a potion to try and give him more youth because obviously he was
Right.
lonely and he wanted like friends, and he was really lonely.
Relatable.
So
Yeah.
I have a book here. I was gonna put it down there, but I didn't have time.
Drop it to us and we won't. We
I'm
will just look
trying.
the other way.
Can you put it in an item frame?
No, you can drop it now. Don't put it in the item frame.
Oh, there you go.
No, because you're adding to the build. Take it out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. There
Sorry,
you go.
sorry, he's an arsehole.
There you go.
All right, would you care to read it out to us, Ethan?
Ingredients: soul sand, spit of llama, goat's hoof, and iron golem's flour.
And then you can smell just like Ethan's
Okay.
mother.
That's it.
Okay,
Cool.
awesome. And may I ask the flag atop the castle, does that have any relevance, or is it just a finishing touch? Does he own the land? Like, why does he need a flag for his own castle?
Because it's cool. Like,
I
what the
think
fuck?
maybe
It's just because
purple.
it's cool.
It's just because
Hell
it's cool.
yeah.
All right, hell yeah, dope wizard.
And I was
All right.
intimidated by the other team because I felt that they were trying to build higher than me. So
We thought it was an ego play by him.
Speaking of the other team, the TheChillCat, would you care to explain your cliffside build here?
Yeah, it's above this sea of, I'm just gonna call the Omen Sea, and they're harvesting the omens to sell to
No
people.
way. Guys, I knew it. I knew it wasn't the sky. Okay, I was wrong about... So Ethan thought you were trying to show that this was clouds and stuff, like in your first build. And I was like, you know what it could be? It could be like, I just guessed a sea of nitric acid, which it didn't end up being that. But like, this is okay, so the similarity in the light blocks is actually relevant. Okay, so carry on. The Omen Sea, yes.
Cool.
Yes, and they harvest the omens to sell to the public. In there, it's just like a little shop area and all the omens in their boxes are sitting on the shelves, and their glowing boxes and their little rods bring luck to the people. And this is one that they're still refining. Up here is the big one, the prized possession of the omen mining.
Very cool. And are these like holders for it?
This one out here is a newly found, unrefined omen crystal that just arose from the sea.
Is this some sort of drill over here? Like, how exactly does it work? How do they
Okay.
get this big, I assume that's a no then, this big cylindrical thing over here? Like, how exactly do they get the crystals out, or do the crystals just like come out of the sea?
They just arise out of the sea.
Okay,
Alrighty.
great. Me, Ethan, and Matthew are going to convene in the judging hall for the next little while. Let's start with scale on Honeydew's side. Okay, let's transport our minds to the concept of them having an hour. So don't judge them. For example, the 10 out of 10 of scale that Honeydew got in Intermediate's build. If she did the exact same thing here, she shouldn't get a 10 out of 10 scale. So just keep that in mind. That sort of thing, scale, detail, originality, it's all gone up a notch.
For me, scale lengthwise was good. It's nice and chunky.
Yeah.
Width-wise, it's pretty good. But like I'm saying, the build width and height is pretty nice. But the overall space of that's allocated, there's this big old chunk here that's missing for me.
I agree.
That's in itself for me. Oneness is 1, so for me it's a 9. I'm happy with a 9. I think it's good width and height-wise of the actual build, but use of space, just a 9, just a little bit off.
I think it's quite relevant that whole like corner and a bit of another one are missing. I do think it's a very chunky castle, and she was also messing around with the inside of it for quite some time, and I understand that, but ultimately we're looking at this from the exterior and the interior of the build, and it's just too much for me to ignore, especially the fact that she did put the ground there and then didn't do anything with it later. There's nothing outside this castle. It's just sort of exists in a vacuum. Obviously she could have gone higher, because I know this because I was watching her build. She built this like top on the tower and then removed it because she didn't, I guess, like the look of it, and then replaced it with a flag, which she could have just put on top of the tower. So I have that in my head, and I have this corner in my head, so I'm gonna have to take off 2 points and give her an 8.
My mind of thinking is that these, besides all the other 10s in intermediates, right? These are the 2 biggest builds. I do pretty much agree with the space here being unused, but other than that, they are pretty chunky.
Are you thinking a 9 as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking a 9 as well, because this doesn't seem like such an egregious error.
8.5, and then we move onto a scale on the ChillCat side. I mean, this is the. I'm trying to figure if it's. I think it's the biggest build. It's just something about Honeydew's build in the intermediates had so much width, but I think there was a lot of empty space within itself, so that's why it was able to have that effect. But I think this must be like just biggest build, where you just like look at it and it's a fucking building.
To me, there is one slight issue.
Yeah,
and this is the area in here.
The back. Yeah.
I want to say that I attribute this to scale and not to detail.
I'm gonna say 9.5 personally for me.
For me, this is also a 9. The space unused on Honeydew's build and the space unused on ChillCat's build, the height, tiny extra height difference of ChillCat's build does. What's that? Let me not say tiny.
It's not tiny. It's like a whole nother house, dude. It's like Sam's house from the openings on top.
Yeah, but this to me does not make up for it does not change the score between them.
I agree. I think 9 as well.
So it's 9.5, which means unfortunately it's gonna have to stay down at a 9.
You know what, Stuart? We could do real mathy answers, huh?
I guess it is
What?
the.
What do you think?
It is the final round. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let's go. Let's go Coco Loco. It was 8,6 recurring. So do you want to do 2 decimal places if we're gonna do real maths? I mean, sorry, 8,7. Then it would be
2 9s.
9.2.
Decimal
9.2.
9.2, yeah. Detail. I do really like the foundations of the build itself. I like the alternation between smooth stone and the stairs and the mossy and the cobblestone, and the inclusion of the amethyst. The inside as well looks like quaint, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of torches on the floor. I've never been, but biggest winning factor for this is the vat in the middle. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the whole very common occurrence of barrels. Like, it's fucking everywhere. I get it that it's a wizard and shit, but like,
for me, there are unique tweaks. There's unique little details like the fire in the pot, as well as the liquid. Well as obviously there's the different iteration of the moss and the stone and the cobble and all that stuff. However, for me, there's also a very generic palette, like I said already, in detail. Yeah. So it does look very vanilla, which is nothing wrong with vanilla, nice and simple. In that, it's good. But I think with the uniqueness that we're looking for, it deducts it for me a little bit. So in all honesty, for me, it's an 8. It's very good detail and very good design and look. However, it's a bit too normal for it to go any higher for me.
Interesting. Yeah, I was actually gonna go a bit lower than that. But I'll hear Matthew out first.
Yeah, hear me out first. So my view of it is slightly different. I think the outside is well varied. I don't really agree with Ethan that it's super simple.
It's simple as it looks exactly straight out of the base game. It looks straight out of normal Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, like, even some fucking bone meal would have done a world of difference. The things I have going for it, I love the amethyst detail. Like, that's just that.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's cool. I never thought I wouldn't use that normally in a build.
But it's worked so well, especially with these tinted windows. I'm really that's like what's pushing it for me. And like the small detail, I'm really liking like the use of buttons and trapdoors. Unfortunately, I do feel like she got a bit too comfortable with certain blocks and then made it way too common, like the barrels or just the single type of wood. The only stuff that's like really truly varied is the stone, and she did vary that a lot. And so I think I'm sitting more like 7.5.
I see what you mean. Now you mention it, if I see what she's done with the stones, right? Because like the 2 different stone blocks and the different sorts of things, polished and whatnot. If I transfer that over to the wood and the amethyst, I kind of get what you mean. There could be more variance there. Yeah. I do, however, enjoy the small details. I like the flag. I like the vat. Yeah. I still think 8.5.
I agree with Porty there, so I think I'll go 8.5 with him as well.
There are too many factors for me personally that just like I can't break an 8. I'm gonna have to go with a 7.5. I just think the inside is really lacking some like je ne sais quoi that would make it feel like good detail to me. It feels a bit sloppily done on the inside. The outside I think looks great of the building, but then the outside is also suffering from the lack of any vegetation or anything like that. I think the only thing the inside has really going for it is the vat, which I think is very creative, and the glass is very well done. But of course that's surrounded by all the issues I had with the build, which is the very common occurrence of fucking barrels and then these like fence gates and very very monotone wood and stuff. It just like isn't really working for me, so I can't crack an 8. And I love the little patio thing she did outside. If we add 7.5 and 2 8.5s, we get 8,2. Well, listen, guys, this is one of those times I don't even have to think. This is a 10, dude. You guys can have your opinions, but this is, for me, doesn't get better than this. This is 10. I could see a few reasons why you might want to knock a half a point off or a point off. And I do understand that, but the quality, the like overwhelming quality of the detail is way too high for something like, for example, the second floor's floor pattern is all the same block, something like that.
The mosaic is beautiful though.
I definitely think there's a lot of unique detail to it that is very good. For me, the only issue for me is the outer palette. There's very good variation when you come very, very close, but when it takes all about 5 steps back and it becomes all cobblestone.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I think an iteration of more darker blocks or a bit more detailed things, I think would go a long way. It just, there's very good detail, but then there's a lot of repetition on the same thing.
Sure, I see what you're saying. And there are a few things here and there I don't like the, I don't know why he went for the pattern of nether brick and cobblestone so that they don't connect. Like, I get that was obviously the intention. You specifically use those blocks when you don't want them to connect, but I don't really know why. Like, I feel like it would have looked cool if the wall felt like a wall as opposed to, well, I don't know, maybe spikes on the side look kind of more foreboding. I think the impression I'm getting from this is it's not supposed to be very homey. It's like a farming facility, you know, the magical equivalent of a drill in the middle of the ocean. So that's why I like that it looks so dreary from afar, and you come closer and you see all this actually quite beautiful detail.
But also I think for something that is unique as that, it needs to have a bit more of a monumental look to it. Like with how grey and monotone it is from a distance, to me this is just a cathedral looking house.
Yeah, I disagree.
So
I'm pretty much on the same level here, where I don't exactly enjoy the overall color palette even, to be honest, but this is like the nitpicky, like this is my score 9.5. It's like he loses 0.5. It's not such a big deal because the other detail is just it's just detailed.
Yeah, I think I come from it with the same view, on top of the fact that I'm actually a fan of the color palette for what the build is supposed to be.
I'm gonna stick to a 9.
Okay.
No. Fuck. Oh no, for me 8.5.
Do some maths here, smarty pants.
We got a 9,3 recurring, so just 9,3.
May I say as well, Stuart, let us remember our little headcanon that you had for the drill and stuff, because I feel like we should impose our view of it a little bit at least over theirs. You know what I mean?
Sure. All right, I'll take that into consideration.
This is completely okay. If it makes you happier,
cool. Well, then you seem to have a little headcanon for this one, so why don't you go ahead first?
Oh, no. So my headcanon is very shallow. It's that the wizard died in the tower.
Oh, like fell in the vat.
yeah. It's at this point hardly headcanon, but one of the goats has escaped.
How?
They can jump really high.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyways,
the goat fell in the vat. Oh no.
Oh, the headcanon. The goat is the wizard who turned into a goat because of the spell.
I prefer the headcanon that the goat jumped out and knocked the wizard into the vat.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought he was saying that.
Yeah, I do really like the whole story of the wizard who got knocked in the vat by his goat.
Because it reminds me of the hubris of man, you know, it's a relatable story.
I love it when a Minecraft build reminds you of the hubris of man.
A little bit extra of my headcanon is that the purple flag is not just cool. It's a reminder of the amethyst, and maybe the amethyst is where the wizard was from when he feels lonely on his tower.
The amethyst run.
My headcanon is the wizard started going, like, because of all his brewing and like potion testing and stuff, he started going a bit crazy and thought he could like take over a whole area of land just because he had like a little bit of magical power. So he started claiming that he owned like, you know, a quarter of the country and just popped the flag on top of his tower and then kept demanding people he saw in the streets like bow to him because he's their king and shit, and nobody took him seriously because he didn't actually fight anyone, but like he was just a bit deranged.
My problem is I can't find a way for myself to word this that isn't so negative, because I think this is for me this is a good originality score, but I have to have this but, because like I'm saying but, I don't know why I'm saying but. Anyways, this is a wizard tower, and the thing is magical, and wizards are magical, so it's a difficult score, but I really love what I've thought of it, you know, not to be vain, but like this originality makes me happy. My low end's an 8, but let me hear your guys' scores first. I want to have a little bit more insight maybe.
Yeah, so I think I'm just paying attention to how much fun I've had theorizing about the headcanon, you know, like she sparked something like so interesting that it's just like a whole world was created around it almost instantly. And I think that's probably testament to how, you know, common the idea is, but also testament to the like original spin she had on it. And I do really like it. And like I was saying earlier, it's probably the only reason she's doing very well in these categories at all is because she took this sort of leap in saying, what if the general consensus on the whole tower thing was like quite different and like was like founded on like a certain, you know, magical crystal and shit, and like that was embedded into the walls and like into the flag and stuff. And I do really like that. However, Wizard Tower, you know what I'm saying?
It is the only thing, yeah.
I'm in agreement with the fact that an 8 is my low end, just because I'm tempted just because of how much fun she's made the very generic concept of a Wizard Tower be, to maybe even push it up to a 9.
I agree on you with that. It's like the possibilities that come with just the simplicity of a Wizard Tower
Yeah.
is fun, and in itself kind of what like Minecraft's all about, you know what I mean? I agree with you, like the fact that there's just all these thoughts that instantly pop in my head, rather than the first thought being, oh fuck, this is just a Wizard Tower. The thought is, this is a Wizard Tower. Like what? Like how did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this get here? I think a 9.
I don't know what your final score is, but I'm 9ing it as well.
I think I'm
do you
also
think?
9ing it.
9.5. Fuck it, 9.5.
What did
Yeah,
that end
what's,
up being? 9.2? Yeah, 9.2. You know, that makes me very happy that the thing she was lacking in most in her last build, she has made up for by far the most in this one.
There's improvement, yeah.
And then finally, the originality of...
I don't know what this frog is
ChillCat.
fucking burning in the sea of nitric acid.
Headcanon is that it's solidified nitric acid. That's what the Omen Sea is. I like that my original theory of this not being clouds and in fact being an ocean of some sort played out well, and I think that's made me feel intrinsically connected to the idea of the build. I do like the very cold atmosphere the whole build brings, like that this is a facility for like drawing the power of this ore, but at the same time a magical facility, which is why the building looks like this and it looks so like awe-inspiring when you're close up to it.
So contrasted to the kind of the clinicality, wow, look at that, the factory look of the top floor and the drills and whatnot, drills, whatever you might say, on the outside of it. If we look at the shop floor, which was stipulated by ChillCat, the shop floor is the mosaic floor, which I think makes this little bit of it a little bit more welcoming, feeling more shoppy. And then we head upstairs. Look at this.
Right.
Surgery room floors.
Yeah. My headcanon is that these things coming out of the bottom of it are some sort of, if not directly drills, they like bring the power up from the... I don't like the idea that this stuff just like comes out of the sea, you know? Like it like draws the power of the crystals out of the sea to get them to like come up at least, even if they don't literally extract them themselves. They like, it's like a sort of magnetism equivalent that they pull on the crystals over long periods of time, and then like sort of over a period of time just sort of slowly shatter this like sea of crystals so that like pieces of it can come up and they can harvest it.
I must hit with the but again. We say all of these things and they're really nice things to say about this build, but here it is. I do feel like some of it is a little bit more sci-fi than magical. Right? And this is like, this might be getting a little bit controversial, but for him to have said, oh no, these crystals just float up, I was like, dude, they use magic! Just say they use magic! Just
That
really,
is true. He said nothing about magic.
It's a great idea otherwise.
When I look to my left, it's a wizard tower.
Sure.
And obviously, maybe if you like, oh no, this more looks like a castle. When you go in, there's a giant fuck off cauldron. And I was like, oh, this kind of makes sense. The colors work, the ingredient book. Whereas here, it's kind of like I said, like the first thought I had in my head when I saw this was, this looks like something out of Avatar or straight out of Bleach.
I think my leading argument for against magicality here is that we thought these were drills.
Yeah.
But like, why would a wizard need a drill?
True.
Not to say that it is a wizard thing, and not to say that the crystals aren't magical. Yeah, in my opinion, this hurts it just a little.
Like, even from this angle now, it looks Japanese, almost like, it doesn't look magical, but it kind of looks like old-timely temple. There we go. That's the word I was thinking. To me, it just looks like a temple. If that temple has magic, there's not really a way of me telling.
I guess, but Ethan, I guess you could argue the same thing for the thing on the left, right? Because you said, sure, you could say it's a castle from the outside, but then you walk in and you see a big fuck off cauldron. You could say that this is a temple from the outside, but then you walk in and there's like big fuck off crystals, definitely floating crystals. There's definitely magical. I get what Matthew was saying when he said that it might seem closer to sci-fi than to magical.
Yeah. I also just want to get your guys' little thoughts on the kind of like organic aspect of this build, because I don't know how much it adds, to be honest. I don't know if it's negative even. I don't know what you guys view of it.
What do you mean?
I don't in this kind of lore that we've made, where does does a tree and kind of like moss and grass fit, or not grass? What are these things called? Leaves.
What reason would the world have to not have leaves?
Crystal factory in the crystal place.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
That's not a bad point. That may be what the terrain should also have been crystals.
Yeah, I don't know. That is why I'm asking you guys, because I don't. To be honest with you, I don't really view it that negatively.
I guess I'm just looking at it as this is a cliff face that happens to have this magical sea below it, which does, I guess, create a bit of a disconnect between the cliff and the sea. But if we're viewing it that way, then I mean, there's no reason why, because it's a magical world, it doesn't just have the same like concept of trees and leaves that we have. But I do think that it could have implemented some more like magical elements to make it feel like the whole build is connected as being very magical. Because I agree that the most obvious magical thing about this is the Omen Sea, and then the slight magical aspect of the harvesting of it. The need for a tree, like I was saying earlier, for the detail part, like I don't really see. I feel like there could have been some, when I was saying there was something lacking about the sea part of it, like the big gap part of it. I feel like the time used on the tree could have been used to make the rest of the build feel connected more to the theme of magical, because it does seem like it's very much putting a lot of crutch and weight on this Omen Sea thing, which did have to be explained to us a lot.
I have a little idea here. Why don't, because this is a little bit split, and maybe we don't want to influence each other too much, we can do hidden voting, where we write something down and we'll give it at the end.
Oh, well, I mean,
what do you think?
The end is right now. What is it?
Let's just type it into chat at the same time.
Okay, cool.
Okay, guys, I think I've got an answer.
Okay.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2.
Wait, are we going on 1 or 0?
Oh my god, that's not at all what I thought you guys were thinking.
Well, Smarty Pants, what's the number?
It is 8.2.
Where do we put the points again? We put it here, right?
Yeah, on top of the stairs, Ethan.
We can't because of the prism thing.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, for the final time, you may destroy the prism. Jesus. All right, and put the slab back for slab's sake. It was clearly they were never going to work together in the long run.
God, is this my quick builds challenge? What the fuck?
Right.
What is the value?
All right, on Honeydew's side, we have 26,1, and on the TheChillCat side, we have 26.7. We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, that was close. Good lord, that is a fucking close score.
26.1, 26.7.
Yeah, just a huge well done to you guys. If either of you have any final things you want to say, now's the time.
Follow my Instagram.
Oh, wow. I believe that's actually one of the first things you said in your opener's interview.
Somewhat regularly post on Instagram.
Do you want to promote yourself real quick?
I am TheChillCat_builds.
Yeah, well, good, full circle.
And Honey, did you have anything to say?
No, like I knew you were gonna win because it's just
I mean, you both had very good builds. Like, don't put yourself down.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you guys did. That was very modest of you to say that, but it's not a coincidence that the scores were this close, and I very much there's a reason we judge in these 3 categories specifically for that wide level of appreciation for all things that are involved in making a good Minecraft build. Sorry, we semi-interrupted you. Is there anything you'd like to say?
That's it, because I know you need to go to sleep, so.
No. It's way past that now, so don't worry about that.
Where, baby?
As usual, got the sass on the judges from Honeydew.
I thought, okay, let's just do the deep dark. So I started off with the deep dark and I went, okay, I have loads more space left. So what am I going to do with it? So I went,
well, you made a bridge and you're like, damn.
I'm just going to make...
Ethan, shut up.
Like, shut up.
Yeah, there we go. Some things never change. Could you do me a favor, Honeydew? Could you just tell Ethan to shut up one more time?
No.
Oh,
yeah?
Oh, damn.
Let's tell Stuart to shut up. Let's get fast.
Anyway, guys, it was really, really fun. Thank you so much for participating. And if anything of the same vein happens again, you two will be the first I call. So, well done.
Do we quickly want to judge me and Matthew's build, the real actual winners of the build comp tournament?
Obviously, I won the extra builds because Ethan's shit. He's so
let
bad at building.
let me take a look. Who's on the left? Who's on the right? I'm talking about the incubator one.
I thought both of those.
I'm on the right. Putty's on the left.
Well, okay, so Ethan
but mine's actually got a theme.
Jesus, Ethan, this is
Ethan
beautiful.
doesn't have a theme. Ethan doesn't have a theme.
Ethan, the build on the right wins this one.
Oh, well, so it's an overall draw.
And I would say the build on the right on this side as well wins.
Yeah, but you must also read the theme I have for my build on the far left.
Egg incubator on the far left.
No, far left. It's very concise. I don't think I get a high originality score, but my detail and scale is really good.
2 heals with a mud pool.
of what was here before, look how much growth came from the right, and look how much destruction came from the left.
Yeah, but Ethan, his theme was 2 hills with a mud pool though. I also really appreciate the both of you for helping with judging so much. I'm gonna have to say, especially Matthew, like you've been such a G. You've literally been here just like every single time I've just like mentioned.
Yeah, Ethan, fuck you and your
honest,
full-time job.
it's really fun. Good to see progress of people. Basically, these are really fun to do. This like ease of doing it also makes me feel important.
Yeah, I was
Number 3.
literally about to say, yeah, the feeling of
Makes me
importance
feel
as well. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for your help, and Ethan,
worries,
I know you would have been here a lot more if you didn't have a full-time job. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been the Unoriginal Quickbuilds tournament with Stuart is Unoriginal.